Good afternoon and welcome to our Global Connectivity Conference on Real Estate. Today is our 41st Connectivity Conference. It's been a very challenging time. We have a lot of flooding in our region, particularly Mississauga, Brampton, and Toronto. Lots of people have claims, and the basement were flooded because of heavy rain. So we're going to talk about that subject later on in a subsequent. Yesterday, we have a land development seminar. And if you have not seen this land development process, please go to realtycoffeetalk.com or go to YouTube at the rate of Realty Coffee Talk and subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch it. We have explained all the process it takes to acquire land and then develop it. It's a very comprehensive webinar I conducted, and I recorded it and I shared with all of you. Today, I have a little bit throat problem, so my sound is not as good as normally is. But I welcome you to the board. I'm going to go straight to our presentation. And as people will join us later on, we'll continue. So I'm going to share my screen and proceed with this. Okay. Go back here. It's that one. Let's start the slide. Beginning. As I mentioned today, the 41st Global Connectivity Conference. We are very proud of that. We've been doing it for now 41st time consecutively. The goal of Realty Coffee Talk is to create connectivity. We are doing connectivity with consumers. We are creating with a professional, particularly CIPS, Global Real Estate Professional. They're my partners. And we are to increase awareness about changes what's happening in the marketplace in real estate and building consumer confidence in real estate. Obviously, the consumer are the one who are our client. We need to build the confidence that they can work with us. Real estate professional. Also, we promote good ethics and business practices. And the word is in your hand. The Global Real Estate Professional Network is a powerful global connectivity network to get to know each other, all CIPS, build long-term relationship, and facilitate business collaboration with its member. My goal is to ignite the spirit of connectivity and cooperation within our Global Real Estate Professional Network. More confidence to make referral of our clients to CIPS in their respective jurisdiction. You know, our power is within the jurisdiction where we are licensed. And why we deal with other CIPS globally, because they have the jurisdiction. So if you have a client that needs to buy or sell a property in another jurisdiction, you can make a referral to your CIPS partner. So we're professionally governed by the highest professional standards and practices as CIP, as designee of NAR. This is the geographic map of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. I am a member of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board since 2005. And these maps show you the area. And this is a central, this is a west area. There's a central area. And this is the east side, this is the west side. And this is where I am located, in Mississauga. Let's talk about the June report that came in. And this report is a summary report based on total number of transactions through the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board MLS system. So detached prices here, when we talk about 416, this is a Toronto 416. And 905 area is a surrounding city. So a detached home, an average price was 1.758 million in 416 and 905, 1,388,144. So between the two is 1.485 million average detached home. It doesn't talk about 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 5 bedroom, luxury home. It just talk about the detached home. So there were 744 detached homes sold in 416 and 2,244 sold in 905 area. So semi-detached, we have 236 sold in June and 363 in 905, and total of 599, and this is 1.2 million 800 no, sorry, 1,282,973, and 905 is 985,834, and average between the two is 1 or 2 million. Now, if you look at townhome, 232 townhomes sold, and 822 sold in 905 area, a total of 1,054 transactions per townhome. Average price in townhome in 416 is 1,008,467, and 905 area is 909,764. Average between the two is 931,490. The condo apartment, we have 1,014 sold in 416, and 506 we sold 905. Total of 1,520 sold, and average price for 416 is 763,148 in 416, and 657,147 in the 905 area. And average price of a condo 727,861. This does not talk about any specific one. So each time you need to look into the report, you have to talk to your realtor professional or call me 905-785-9923. I'd be more than happy to come up with a price for you. These are generic pricing across all platform, all type of condo units, or semi-detached, or townhome, or detached home. So year-over-year change, we have a minus 416 detached home minus 7.2, and 905 is minus 11.7, and total is minus 10.6. This is sale. When you talk about here is a sale, this is the average price. So average price of a detached home was minus 1.6%. Average price of a 905 is minus 4.2, and average is minus 3.3 altogether. Sami, we have a minus 20.8% sale and minus 4.0 in 905. Overall, minus 11.4 between the two. And average price is reduced by minus 8.9 in 416, minus 7.4 in 905, and between the both, minus 9.3. Townhome, minus 13.4 sale in 416, minus 14.3 in 4905, and average between the two, minus 14.1% year-over-year change in sales for townhome. And average price was minus 2.7% in 416, and minus 5.6 in 905 area, average minus 4.59. Condo was a minus 29.1% sale in 416, minus 25.9% in 905, average between the two, minus 28.1%. And price for condo in 416, year-over-year change is minus 0.9%, and in 416, and minus 2.6 in 905. Between the two, minus 1.5. If you can look at this here, 23 June, 7,429 transaction. And in June, we have a 6,000, sorry, even forward. Okay. So it's 6,213 in 24th. There is a minus 16.4% sales. If you're new listing, we have a more listing in 24, 12.3% as compared to 23, 24, and active listing, 67.4%. We in 23, we have 14,108. Now we have a 23,613. So average price as compared to June last year is minus 1.6. And in 23, it was 1,181,022, and now is 1,162,167. The list day on the market is 42.9%, so it's from 14 days now to 20. And a property on the market, which is 50%, 20 days to 30 days. To give you a little bit overview of all the transaction over the period of time, this is a Toronto Regional Real Estate Board data. Just for clarity. So if you look at this in 2011, an average house was 464,989. And 10 years later, in 2022, it was $1,190,740. So more than the double the amount in 10 years. So in 23, if average price for 22 was 1,190,740, our average price went down at 1,126,279. Our transaction came down also 65,084 as compared to 75,045 with an average price of 1,197,740. Now this is a historic data. Now we talk about January. So if you look at the compared January, we were lower compared to January. In February, we picked up higher as compared to 23. In March, we were higher than what we have in 23. And in April, 152. So we were 155. We already exceeded the last April. Then in May, we were 1,195,000. We are still here, 1,166,000. So we were lower. And then we have a June, 1,162,000, 167. It was a 1,181,000. But if you look at the average price for 23 was 1,126,279. But our average price based on 6 months is already 1,137,44. So we are progressing. And if you look at the overall average, I'm sure it's going to go more up. The good news that I want to share with you is that Bank of Canada has decreased the benchmark interest rate a quarter point. Now it's 4.5%. So it will have a positive impact on real estate. An average, if you have a 700,000 mortgage amount, a purchase, and you put 10% down, and your fee is around, let's say, 550, 565, 5-year fix. It will cost you, you will be saving about $95 per month. So there was an increase before, decrease before, now there's another decrease. So technically speaking, 95 plus 95, that give you about 100 and $190 per month for the two consecutive decreases. We're expecting more to come down. This is a prediction forecasting sales by Canadian Real Estate Association. I'm going to move this here. Okay. So if you look at that Canada-wide, we are in 24 now. In 23, we were minus compared to 22. Now, in percentage, we're expecting Canada-wide 6.1% increase in sale. Please note that these are all reporting by Korea that went through MLS system. At 25, we're expecting 6.2% sales more activity. So I am located in Mississauga, Ontario. So we're expecting sale increase 166,303 with 2.2% increase. And we're expecting 25, 7.3% increase in sale. That means volume will increase. Now, if you look at the average price, so they're projecting the forecasting for 2024, there will be 2.5% Canada-wide in 24, and 25, they will be expecting 5% increase. So if you look at in Ontario, we're expecting 0.7% average price forecasting and 3.9% in 2025. So this is a historic data across Canada. We talk about necessary steps to achieve success, buying tips. We always prepare a buyer checklist to make sure that the buyer is aware of it, to make sure you can summarize the information so the buyer is well educated. Then we also share data on listing when we go through the registration process. We disclose RECO information guide. Then we sign a buyer representation agreement, whether it's a designation or with the brokerage. And then after that, we share the data. We always prepare estimate of closing costs because it will take approximately 2% for homes other than Toronto, and maybe 3.5% on top of the cost for closing in Toronto, because Toronto has 2 land transfer tax. So anytime we are advertising a property, we need the consent from the parties involved, a listing agent, buyer, broker, buyer, and seller, depends on the situation. But it's a good idea to get a consent in writing before advertising it. We have Toronto Regional Estate Board, world's largest MLS system. And being a global partner, I can advertise your listing in our brokerage through TREP system, provided that we sign the referral agreement. And obviously, we sign the referral agreement and fees, how we distribute the compensation that is agreed by the parties. And jurisdiction and due diligence is very, very important for you to understand. We are licensed to practice in the province of Ontario. So my jurisdiction is Ontario. Ontario is huge. So sometime I may have to cooperate with other realtors in the area. Being a FRI, a member of REIC, we have 10 chapters, and we can reach out to all the chapters and make a recommendation to an FRI or CIPS partner. So let's we talk about buying process. When you obviously we have already built the partnership. So when you have a client who wants to buy a property, and we go through the RECO information guide and BRA buyer representation whether it's brokerage or is a designated representation. Then we search properties, we discuss needs and wants, and then we make a select a property and we make an offer. So offer is normally with condition of financing, appraisal, inspection. These are common one. Depending on if you have a septic tank or a water well, there will be more, or waterfront properties, there are different clauses that we insert to make sure that those conditions are satisfied in the best interest of the buyer, because we need to protect the buyer interest. So then when everything is finalized and conditions are removed or satisfied, including financing, then we send our APS and all the relevant document to the lawyer for completion of transaction. All transactions in Ontario are dealt by a lawyer, because the money has to transfer, change hand, it has to be in trust. So lenders send funds to the buyer's lawyer. So if the buyer has arranged financing through a Canadian lender, the all fund has to go to the lawyer, the one who will be closing it. Now, lawyer will transfer the deed and register mortgage charge. So transfer of ownership is called a deed. That means ownership is transferred from one hand to other hand. Then obviously when you borrow money, there will be a mortgage charge. Those will be added to it. If you're paying cash for it, you don't need it. And this is how, and then mostly before closing, you meet with a lawyer and you sign paperwork, give authorization or directives to process on your behalf and receive the funds and make disbursements as appropriate. And they also take the title insurance when you are buying it, because if there is any compromise on the title, they will be able to recover their money, and is to protect the interest of the buyer. This is mandatory. Every lawyer will do that. This is, again, we are trying to sum this up. The important things to remember for buying tips: estimated closing costs. So mostly estimated costs is about 2%. And if you are buying in Toronto, I would say 3.5%. Non-residents and foreign buyer pay speculation tax, which is 25%. There could be some changes coming up because there's a lot of inventory now. Nobody's buying it. Affordability is a big issue. So they should lift this ban on foreign buying. It's a federal ban, and the speculation tax is from Ontario. I hope that they eliminate that. Withholding money to get clearance from CRA for sales tax. Let's say you are the owner and you have sold the property, or investor who sold the property. The lawyer will hold your money until you get a certificate from CRA, and then they will pay the balance to you. It's very important to consult with a lawyer. Consultation with chartered public accountant is very important, because tax has implications for the foreign buyers when buying and selling a property for investment, or the property that generate capital gain. It's very, very important to talk to a chartered accountant. We always recommend and have suggested to consult with the barristers and solicitors. We have a list of several lawyers to recommend and for you to decide. Now, foreign buyer can buy property and secure mortgage financing. So now there are limitations. I'm going to talk, I think is in the next slide. There are limitations. Maybe up to 6 units, you cannot buy it. You may have to buy it a larger building, because there is prohibition for buying the property. Now, buyer real estate is related to not immigration. So immigration is not related to buy this property, because lots of people think that buying a property will relate to immigration. No, no, it's a totally separate process. Okay.
To learn more about real estate and mortgages, Please visit Realty Coffee Talk and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.
There are more than 437 episodes on real estate and mortgages. You can go to realtycoffeetalk.com, or you can go to youtube.com @ Realty Coffee Talk, and you can watch, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you are a FRI and not a member of Global Real Estate Professional Network, please join them. It's a private network on Facebook. Our next 42nd Global Connectivity Conference will be held on Thursday, 29 August at 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for watching. I'm going to turn this off and we can go back. So I hope that you have enjoyed it. I wasn't feeling well today, so I'm going to short this meeting, and thank you very much for coming, and I hope that you have a wonderful time, and looking forward to see you on 29th August on our 42nd Global Connectivity Conference in Real Estate. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you. Bye for now.